Welcome back to another exciting book discussion as we talk through incidents around the house. We did all the author intro stuff last week, and if you want to catch up on that, be sure to go back to that episode. But for now, we're on to part 2. So Robert, give us a rundown.
All right, guys. So previously we covered the first 19 chapters of incidents around the house. Basically, a quick rundown. Bella's being haunted by an entity known as Other Mommy. We haven't learned much about Other Mommy up to chapter 19 other than she's creepy and she isn't solely attached to the house. We saw her at the playground with Bella one time. Other Mommy's face changes, which is mega creepy. And then it's unknown if Other Mommy can pick and choose when she is seen by other people, but like one of Bella's mom's friends have seen her, and now Bella's mom herself has seen her. So the book definitely set the stage with like some creepy, suspenseful scenes, and every one of us, I think, here digs the unique perspective told from the child's point of view. So we last left off with the family leaving the house after Ursula, the mother, sees Other Mommy, and they go to their neighbors across the street where Dylan and Justin said that they would let their neighbors in, and I'm more realistic, like y'all keep that ghost over there.
Hold up, bro. Nah. Let's pause that for a second here. We didn't say let our neighbors in. We said we'd let you guys in. But then me and Dylan have both now decided you can go ahead and stay out in the streets because me and Dylan will let each other hang out. Robert's, yeah, dude, you go.
Well, look what happened, man. Oh, I think his name was Dan. Oh, Dan was like, hey, y'all got to go. So when we finished, the parents and Bella, they're getting kicked out of their neighbor's house, and they're like, well, we don't have anywhere else to go. We're going to go to Grandma Ruth's house, which is Ursula's mother's house, as they continue to try to find a safe haven from Other Mommy. So this week we pick up, and the family's at Grandma's house, dude, and grandmas do what grandmas do, like right off the rip, offering up food.
Hey,
I love that.
Grandma, first off, is probably my favorite character so far. I mean, Grandma's dude, she just wants to get it done, bro. She's no nonsense.
Dude, I mean, this story's moved quick. Like Grandma, like you said, no nonsense. She knows right off the bat something's wrong, and it doesn't take long because this book does move pretty quick that she finds out about Other Mommy. And Grandma's like, hey, call an exorcist, call Father Reinhardt. We got to get it going.
Wow. There it is. Okay.
So I don't understand. There's one part where I guess that when the grandma was saying, hey, like call someone who can come exorcise this demon out of here or whatever. And the dad is just like, yeah, I just don't believe in that stuff. And I'm like, I understand, like, if you believe differently, that's okay. But I feel like in that situation, anything, like, I'll try anything.
Yeah, man.
Because I don't know.
Especially there was that scene where like Bella confesses to her dad like all these interactions she's had with Other Mommy over the year, and he's still hesitant. And it's like, dude, your daughter just opened up like, hey, this has been going on for years. And you've even walked in and smelled the weird stuff in the bathroom, and you're still not open to calling the exorcist? What's up, dude?
Well, he's open to help from like otherworldly people, like people who are experienced in things or whatever. I feel like his one thing is he just doesn't believe in calling the exorcist. But let's be honest, this Other Mommy feels more demonic than she does ghostly.
Agreed.
So yeah.
The big ghost in this story too is Bella's mom, bro. What's up with her? She just dips. They get to her mom's house and she's like, I gotta go.
Oh, Dylan's got something to say. Dylan went to the back of the room.
I want to drop. Listen, bro, I would drop kick Ursula in a heartbeat. How are you going to leave your family in this situation to go mess with your side piece over here? Then come to find out, he's a present in a closet right now for your daughter who's being haunted. And then have the audacity to come crying back to your husband because your side piece is laying as a present in a closet for your daughter.
All right.
Hold up, dude. And then she has the nerve to say, let's go stay in that house.
Yeah,
and then
bro.
walks through like she knows the place.
And
I mean,
then-
come-
All right,
they're just gaslighting this, bro. Like, why do you have a problem with staying here?
I mean, even
Mhm.
now that was the part where I beefed with Grandma too, because Grandma's like,
Yeah.
"We all need sleep," and he's like, "I don't want to sleep here. I have a right," and she's like getting on him like he has no right to be upset about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hold
I'm
up,
like-
bro."
hey,
He just found out out that his wife's trifling.
I don't care what's going on. You can't expect this man to not lose a little bit of composure here.
Hey.
Like, come on now.
Yeah, bro.
see, dude, the whole thing that led to that seance scene was crazy too. Like that Lois Anthony comes back, she gets her friends, and they have a seance. I'm like, oh, this is going to end poorly. And it did. Other mommy left the gift, and the gift was other daddy, Frank, in the closet.
Yeah.
Frank was trying to become other daddy. Instead,
Yeah,
Frank
he was.
did. But dude,
Yeah.
what absolute nasty work. Come on over here to the dude's house I was sleeping with. We'll be safe here. Ain't nobody home. Frank dead.
Frank, no. And he's like, "What if somebody comes up?" They won't. Don't you worry. See,
Yeah.
nobody liked Frank. I don't even like Frank. I'm fine with Frank
Right.
being in the closet. You know what I mean?
Absolutely couldn't be me, bruh. You know, and I respect Russ. He's like, nah, ain't no way. I can't say what I want to say. He ain't that much of a chump.
Nah, bro.
And he's like,
Why-
we
no,
leaving.
no, I don't know, bro, because you can say he ain't that much of a chump, but then 3 chapters later, all of a sudden they're over there getting fostered, having a good old time. Like,
Bro, I'm just saying, my man.
I feel like the plastering though was a moment of we have to escape our reality
Yeah.
right now.
yeah.
it was
And
definitely a copium. For sure.
yeah, it was definitely a coping thing. And at that time, you know, I mean, let's be honest, like trauma and different things bring people together, even in the worst situations. And let's be honest, this is a trauma-inducing moment. If you walk in and you see some entity that's holding their face in their
Oh, yeah.
hands, you know, like we all gonna be jacked up. You know, it's
For
gonna mess
sure,
us
man.
up. And
I-
so, yeah,
I do think one of the cool parts about, well, I guess not really cool, but it's like Bella, she's young and, you know, young kids are impressionable and they question things. She's been led to believe other mommy's her friend until she wasn't. And even still, with all this stuff going on, Bella's still like trying to come to terms with if other mommy's her friend or not. And she's struggling with letting her go or letting her in her heart like this whole time.
yeah.
And so, you know, Bella's parents try to get some priests to help him, but even the priests won't help him at this point. They're like, kick rocks. So I wanted to ask you, Justin, my homie, man of the cloth. If
Okay,
someone came
first
to
off,
you-
I'm not a priest. Okay,
If
I'm
someone
not a
came to
priest.
you-
Okay,
So, brother Reinhardt, I need you to exercise this spirit known as other mommy. You gonna hook him up, bro? You gonna help?
bro. I mean, here's the thing. Am I exercising the demon? I don't know the first thing about exercising a demon. Okay. So the answer is no. Will I try to attempt to help the person in some way, shape, or form? Of course.
That's just who you
But
are.
am I
babe.
walking over to the house and being like, it's time to whoop out this holy water? No. I don't know the first thing about that. Okay. And I've seen enough scary movies to know that once everything starts going haywire, you know, that who knows what's going to happen. Okay. I don't want nothing to do with that. But yeah, dude. It's getting intense. That's for sure.
Yeah, and then our family goes to like that super cool town Goblin. We all need to live in Goblin. I looked it up to see
Yes,
if
we
it's a
do.
real place. It's not, sadly. But that's what we're gonna do, dude. We're gonna get rich one day and make our own town of Goblin.
I mean, okay, I'm in.
But they run into grandma's friend Evelyn, who's like balling out of control, 3-story house, all the bourbon Ursula and Russ could want.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I don't know, man. There was a weird scene in there where Ursula's like, I mean, she's obviously hitting it, right? And her daughter's like, it smells funny. And I remember being like, huh. Because Ursula's like, yeah, I used to think this smelled weird until I grew up and realized how much fun was in it. And I'm like, odd choice to tell your kid, but all right. Ursula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really curious to get your all's opinion because obviously, like, I'm not a parent in any way, but like, I feel like they're, and at least in my opinion, they're a little bit too open. They're like, because even Russ was like, one day you're gonna like this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, dude. Like, I would not say that to my kids. Like, I guess because it's like, you can make that decision for yourself when you get older, but I don't want to start planting those things in your
Exactly.
brain. I think, we talked about this last week, even the edge of the bed type of things that, when they would sit there and just spill their guts to, their child. I mean, there's a very unhealthy relationship dynamic in this book, 100%.
Really is, dude. The weirdest part, even that the alcohol part was pretty, it was like Justin said, they were escaping a little bit. But when Bella went to the restroom and other mommy was the toilet, bro. I know.
That was a big no. Yeah, that was a big nope moment right there.
Bro, I remember like listening to that
dude.
the first time where they were like, Helen would say good job, and Dada would say good job. And Mommy would say I shouldn't sit on another person's lap, and I was like,
dude.
What?
Dude. Bro.
And then I will say about that scene and the following bathroom scene, there's a little bit of an odd amount of emphasis on pee talk with a child. That's
Dylan, thank you for saying it. I agree. 100%. And the fact that we're listening to the audiobook and she sounds like a little kid.
Yeah.
And she's saying it really freaks me out.
And there was a couple of
I'm reading it and I was freaked out.
I mean, there were moments where I was like, I felt like I had to turn my radio down just in case the other people driving 75 miles an hour next to me could hear what was being said in my car. And I was like, this is the oddest moment. This is weird in all sorts of ways.
Luckily, we get out of this and like they have to leave, obviously, after this. But like Ursula and Russ had so much. I mean, they're silly wasted. They passed out as soon as they hit the bed, but then they just get up and they gone. They sober up and they're driving down the street after all that bourbon. I'm like, dude, all right, hold up. Maybe adrenaline sobers you up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't never been haunted by a demonic entity. But I know if I put, these days, if I put a glass of bourbon down, I'm done. I'm down too. There ain't no driving. I'm out.
Yeah. I think that, the other thing that is starting to be revealed, I think, is that other mommy is using lots of different tactics. So, before it was just her. She's like, hey, you're my friend. And if you're a friend, you say yes to this, basically. Let me into your heart. And now she comes as Calvin. And then she's coming as different people. And she's like, let me borrow you.
Dude, the probably the most unsettling one for me was the Milky one.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, whenever she's sitting there like talking about Milky's licking her face and all this. Then all of a sudden she falls asleep and she dreams of Milky still licking her face and she's laughing.
Yeah.
And
she says little
and pulls the hair on her arms.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, dude.
The little, and when she says it gives the little puppy giggles, I was like, what's a puppy giggle?
Yeah, bro.
I've had lots of puppies. I don't know what a puppy giggle is.
If I heard one, I'm giving the dog back.
I think that it's that child perspective that it's like, it's so innocent. And then all of a sudden this one-liner comes out of nowhere. And it's like, oh, it's actually other mommy. And she just doesn't know. She has no idea. She's thinking of it like a child.
Yeah.
I do like, as we got like towards the end of this week's reading, that the family decided to return home and like they got the home security and the dogs and everything. And there were a couple cool moments there. But what I liked about it overall is like, I really like this book the more we learn about other mommy and the other mommy happenings. And I less like this story when it explores the fractured marriage between Ursula and Russ. I'm sure that's going to be a big theme in the end of this book and have something to do with other mommy's powers in some way or shape or form. But I much preferred it when they were in their house and the haunting was going on there before they started taking road trips.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
kind of deceiving a little bit because it's like the book is called Incidences or Incidents Around the House or whatever. And it's like one or two things have happened in the house. The rest of it's elsewhere.
In other houses.
Yeah.
I think I see what you're saying. I think that the fractured family dynamic is adds to the stress of the whole thing. Personally,
sure, that's a good way to look at it, dude. Yeah,
because like if they were a functioning family, that I think it would still end up being very similar, right? Like, imagine any of us in this situation where all of a sudden you're seeing this insane otherworldly thing. It's going to test you and your family, because everyone's going to be stressed, right? But here's this family.
Not me. I'm gone. Veronica, the kids are stressed. I've already left. Wow.
But here's this family that's already, at a breaking point, and it's almost as if this is somewhat kind of bonding them in a weird sort of way, which I think would also is also probably likely in some of this. Like, there's trauma bonding and things like that. So I think we're seeing some of that type of thing happen here. And I think it adds to it. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, it's not fun to read about a cheating spouse or, a marriage that's falling apart. It's not necessarily fun, but I think it adds to the overall like ambiance, I guess, of the story as a whole.
I do like we learned some more about Other Mommy. Like, there was a pretty cool scene where Bella like talks about missing Kelvin, the babysitter. And then like there was that flashback where Other Mommy like impersonated his voice and let Bella know, hey, I can sound like everyone you know, which we kind of got that from the playground a little bit, but it kind of went more in depth there. And then like the dogs are in there to add a little suspense, and that's creepy. And I love the way the author plays with those scenes. Like, he gives you like, is it going to happen? And then it doesn't. And then when something happens, it hits that much harder type deal.
Yeah.
So I actually thought Bella was dreaming in one scene, that like probably one of the last chapters we read. And she's like in her bedroom and she's in there with Kelvin, the babysitter. And I'm like, okay, she's dreaming. But then it's evident she isn't dreaming. And Other Mommy like picked her up and carried her to her room. So now we know Other Mommy can like physically like interact with Bella. And
she killed Frank.
Dude, she killed Frank. But when she told Bella to like look outside for the dogs, and like Kelvin's face was like right next to Bella's, like pressed up against the glass, that creeped me out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Creeped me out, gave me the heebie-jeebies, all of it. So I was really happy, like we're back in the house, creepy, haunty things going down, and we ended the story. They called in like Brian, who made me think of Dog the Bounty Hunter for whatever reason. He's out here trying to hunt Other Mommy, man.
Hey, bro, they need somebody to do the job.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one ends, dude. Do you guys think Brian is the answer for the family, or you think Brian did?
Brian's next.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and honestly, I feel as if we're going to see a moment where Bella is going to try to make a decision to let Other Mommy in her heart just to protect everyone else. Because we're already starting to see her say that, right? Like, if I let her in my heart, will Mommy and Daddy stay together? If I let her in my heart, will all this be over? And will we have to?
That's what even like, Kelvin's telling her, or at least Other Mommy impersonating Kelvin, like, hey, if you just let me be you for a day, I can fix this. I know the right things to say, but only I can say them. I can't teach you how to do it. I have to do it.
Yeah.
And so she's like questioning. She just wants her family to be happy. And I think that whole family drama that's happening just puts even more pressure on Bella, because she just wants her parents to be happy. She doesn't want them to get divorced. She says that all the time in the book. I don't want my parents to get divorced.
Yeah.
I want something that's going to fix. Will Other Mommy fix that if I let her come into my heart?
So what do you guys think? Good ending, bad ending? Do you think it's going to be a happy ending, or?
In my mind, I'm still standing by my it's going to be left to our interpretation kind of thing, where I think that there will be some sort of crazy epic moment at the end where either Other Mommy's destroyed and gone, or Bella is going to let her in her heart, and then they'll leave it to us to decide, and Bella will make some sort of gesture at the end, and we'll have to be like, well, wait, is she Other Mommy or is it Bella? I think at least that's what I'm guessing.
I think I'll keep my original prediction. It's going to be a happy ending, but it'll end with like the closet door opening type deal.
Yeah.
On its own. Like, they think she's gone, but she's really not.
Yeah. I'd say mine's kind of like that too, except she's not gone. She's in Bella. but we'll have to decide whether
kind of like the ending to Insidious. They think they got rid of the demon, but really it's like
I'm thinking more like that or Willie the Weirdo, because if you remember Willie the Weirdo, like it ends where he does the little tick that Grandpa would do.
Did.
Yeah, and so we will be left to determine, hey, is that Bella or is that other mommy in Bella's heart? That's what I'm guessing.
Perfect.
Dylan?
I don't know. I'm really, I don't know. I'm really hoping it is like the Willie the Weirdo situation, because I think that would be the best way to end something like this.
Yeah.
I love that you're reading it with this, dude. Makes me so happy.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot.
I'm still thinking that this is going to, this would be an amazing movie. I've already been thinking about how you would film something like this. And I think that you could make Other Mommy really eerie. And it doesn't have to be like super jump scary, but like, dude, just like the idea of this is just so creepy and wild. I think you can make a really epic, scary movie with something like this.
Do you guys remember, I want to say 2015, there's a PG-13 horror movie that came out called Mama. Do you guys remember that?
I think I've seen trailers, but I've never seen the movie now.
And it's just called Mama?
It's called Mama. And it's basically about these twin girls who, I don't remember what exactly happens, but I feel like their parents ended up like dying in a car crash or something. And then so like they end up like wandering into the woods and come across this house. And it ends up like there's this dark entity there that ended up basically raising them. And then all of a sudden they're discovered, and then like their uncle takes them in, and a bunch of weird stuff starts happening.
Look at this. Here's an image for those of you who watch.
Yes.
That's from the movie?
That's what the image came up as.
Wait,
that's creepy. That's nightmare fuel.
Was that from the movie I was talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah.
I mean, dude, this is
it's very similar. It gives me very much Mama vibes.
Yeah, dude.
No Diddy.
Here it is again. Here's another image of Mama. Look at Mama.
Right there, nah.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, this is a good example of what you could do with a movie like with a book like this, though. Be really good. All right, boys. Let's go ahead and get our last 3 words in. Exercise Other Mommy. Come on. Exercise Other Mommy. 3 words. You got to get it done.
Always trust Grandma.
Drop kick Ursula.
Yeah. Absolutely should do that. All right, guys. If you haven't started reading this book, it's not too late. We have not spoiled the ending for you.